The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty, Ray, and Candace.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Candace.
Yes.
Tuesday, August the 30th. Mm-hmm. Today and tomorrow is it for the month.
Gosh, it flew by.
It did. If your rent's due on the 1st, front row of that car note, it's coming.
Yes. My daughter has a birthday coming up. My younger daughter, Thursday.
40? How old will she be?
24.
Oh, okay. I was a little off on the age. We hope it's a big one for her. Her and my Madison are about the same age.
Yeah, I have, I think your Madison's 25. I have a 24-year-old girl. You got Madison's 25, and then I've got a 26-year-old girl also.
Bunch of babies here.
A Madison.
A Madison.
We both have
popular
Madison.
name back in the day.
Yes.
I got a message a moment ago that a Lauderdale County deputy was set up in a curve out in the southeast area because a car was off in a ditch and they were there so no one else would have a wreck. Let me just show you why it's important that the deputy is there. Let's take a. Let me hit this button here, Candace. I didn't do my proper button pushing, so people can see it. Here we go. This is called. Is it Coker's Cabin curve?
Yeah, it's a really sharp curve, and there's a little older cabin right there. You can see it right there in the curve. So it's in the southeast area, around Jeff Davis School area.
Right, and
But be extra careful going around that curve because the car has.
Yeah, that's pretty serious there. You wouldn't be able to see it. And I didn't just really realize how big of a curve that was till you get to zooming in on that.
It's like a L almost. I mean, it's like a very sharp curve.
That could be a boo-boo really quick. So a big thank you for the Sheriff's Department being on scene this morning and making sure everybody gets around that curve safely as we begin our day. I do want to, Philadelphia. I know a lot of you watch from Philadelphia. Marty Stewart making things happen for Philadelphia as Vince Gill has announced that he's going to be coming to town.
Oh, that'd be nice.
During the grand opening in December, I think it's December the 10th, that Vince is going to be there to open up the show. Ricky Skaggs is coming. So big, and maybe the Gaithers. It's big doings in Philadelphia.
That's going to be really neat. Very close by for us. It'd be convenient for us to run up there and get
Vince Gill, one of the funniest people that you will ever encounter. He has got such a great sense of humor. And I hope you'll get to see him while he's in town. I always like meeting him and bumping into him in places. So visit with him. Hey, we got some folks that need some help. If you've ever thought, Candace, I got 10 minutes to spare on the weekend.
Me?
Yes, you.
Okay.
But not only for Long Creek, but so many other areas there. If you're interested in becoming a firefighter, they put it out there, a volunteer fireman. They're holding a class September the 1st at 6:30 there at the firehouse. And if you'd like to know more, they need volunteers, folks, to help out. Most of our volunteer fire departments could use an extra hand or two. And I'm volunteering her right here for your
and I'm
service.
volunteering him.
Well, I got to talk about it.
We have a Bailey one.
That's right.
See, we have a.
There's about 15 of
It's
them.
nearby. Thank goodness, though, all jokes aside, for our volunteer fire departments, because they really come to every little thing that you need them at. I mean, it could be an accident, it could be a fire, and they're going to be there.
I want to say that you brought up Bailey, that they are now looking for folks to help out with the haunted house. I think they're working on that already.
I did see a sign up that said they were auditioning. I didn't know they auditioned.
Well, I mean,
so, you got to go make sure you know your business.
Yeah, if you can't scare people, they don't need you.
That's right. I might be more suited to scare than be scared.
All you got to do, they got the married room, I understand, the wife with curlers in there, and you walk in and it spooks you. A lot of things out there. Y'all be careful.
Yeah, I have not gone because I'm not a big haunted. Back in the day when I was in high school, I would go in a haunted house.
Just tag along, follow somebody on the shoulder type thing.
Yeah, I went in there and everybody is running in the dark. Have you ever seen the pictures that people snap in there? I don't know if they have cameras set up to where they snap them in the dark, and there's the look on some of these people's face is priceless. But yeah, we had an incident when I went to the JC haunted house years ago, and everybody started running, from whoever it was that was chasing us, and I mean we had like a pile up.
Yeah.
So yeah. You can get, it's dangerous.
You didn't have to change clothes afterwards, did you?
No.
That did happen in Scuba, Mississippi some 20 years ago, as my neighbor Patricia as Halloween would come, would lay there still, and she would reach out and grab people, and, well, they had to change clothes after that. Tricia, if everybody knows her.
The one that was at the store, right?
Yes. Tricia was really good at fun times and Santa Clauses and everything else.
She had some choice words for you if you come up in the store, too.
Oh, yeah. She didn't hold back.
No, she didn't. No
There
filter.
was-
No filter.
Just let it out there.
But she was sweet.
That she was. Funny lady. We do want to bring this up in Quitman. This was the scene on School Street as we look to our friends down at Clark County Hot Topics. There was a fire there last night, a complete loss as firefighters battled this for a little over 3 hours. And I know that was loud, but they battled that fire for about 3.5 hours. The home was a total loss. But the good news out of all that, no one was hurt.
Thank
so
goodness.
We're very thankful on that. But Clark County has had their share of fires here lately. And we do have a lot of those in the Meridian area that'll end up being abandoned homes.
Right.
It was almost
amazing to me all the lightning strikes we've had this year, too,
It has.
so far.
You know, and I brought that up this morning. I believe Natchez, Mississippi, a church was struck with lightning. Done some major damage to a historical church there.
Gosh, we know all about that, the damage from lightning.
It's because you got that big pole still sticking up next to your house and just follows you right in.
It can mess up a lot of things. Like we had an old phone line running down the pole in the backyard. It was and I don't know.
She ain't got a clue.
It wasn't hooked up, anymore. But somehow or another, it ran into that, ran under the ground, and blew up the water line that was over next. It was awful.
Yeah,
It's
water.
a mess. Yeah.
Y'all be careful with lightning, serious stuff. We woke up this morning to an accident in Lauderdale, Mississippi, directly in front of the CEFCO. Traffic was backed up for probably 45 minutes to an hour. We don't know the ending result of this, but we are aware that someone, let's pull this up, was struck by a car this morning, a vehicle versus a pedestrian, directly in front of CEFCO in the northbound lane. Let's zoom that up just a little bit there. Here's the CEFCO right here, and they would be struck there in the northbound lane. That would be traveling toward Kemper County. Traffic was backed up all the way down the road as people waited for the emergency responders to get the situation cleaned up, I guess is the way to put that. So,
Have they still got road work going on around there? I know they did a while back.
Been in
I
a
didn't
while.
know. I hadn't either, but I knew they had a good bit going on a while back. But
About 3 weeks ago, I went to see Dylan in Starkville, but that was the last time I didn't see anything then. But
Okay.
could have been some stuff in between now and then.
Yeah.
I don't have an exact location on this, but we are aware that someone was struck in the leg overnight with gunfire in the Meridian areas. We go back to Sam Media to pull this up. We're trying to get details on this as we find out, but we do know that it was not life-threatening, which is good news on that. But that seems to be the case a lot of times in the Meridian area, someone getting struck in the leg. I can't tell you how many times you and I have reported that.
right.
And then generally they go, I don't know what happened.
I'm just so tired of. I'm tired of the. I know everybody's tired of it.
We are. And when we get a location on that, we'll tell you who to get in touch with if it's in your district there, what ward, so you can pass along information on that. That one of the things that happened overnight there. That's the Texaco there. And this is just an aerial view here of Lauderdale as you go back to the map right here. This is Highway 45. This is Ralph's house, the rodeo arena, and it happened right there as you get near Kemper County, headed north there. That's where the incident happened this morning.
The pedestrian.
Yes. And I may not have made that clear there. We know that there was a car chase last night. I don't think anybody was hurt, and the subject may have gotten away. As we pull this up, as a patrolman tried to pull over someone here, they parked their car there, little Hyundai, jumped out, and commenced to running down the road.
Huh.
I think they slipped away into the night. They did get his car.
Got to be close to the North Hills area.
Yeah, it sure would be. You got to come get your car at some point, so
Right.
they probably know who it was unless it was borrowed without somebody's permission there. Did you hear me mention this? And I ain't making fun of nobody. I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way. But in Birmingham, about the police officers and the car chase, and they were hurt, taken to the hospital.
No, I did not.
There comes a point you have to go, yeah, I'm just not getting out. Let me call for backup. But somebody stole a car. They
Right.
were driving down the road, and they met the stolen car. So they whooped around with the blue lights, and the chase began. Well, the bad guys wrecked their car. and then they jump out and they take off running. So the 2 police officers jump out and commence to chasing them. They made it about a half a block there. One of them's hip gave out, and the other one twisted their ankle in the foot. And I'm not making fun of them.
Goodness.
But a man has got to know his limitations when that foot chase is over. You go, I'm going to let these young guys that are about 22 come to handle this one.
That's when one of them, like, don't they still have, do they have those tasers? You can shoot it at them and it pops them.
And it will light up your world.
Yeah. That or one of those dogs that will chase them.
Dogs are pretty quick there. I'd have to have me a cattle plotter.
Yeah.
Those really get people's attention.
What kind of dog? I cannot remember the name of it. It looks like a German Shepherd, but it is not a German Shepherd. It can climb a wall. You know what I'm talking about? It's some kind of a, somebody will look it up, I'm sure. My husband knew the name of it the other day, but these are some bad dogs. No, They're trained. I think they use them as police dogs.
Scooby-Doo?
No, it's some kind of a...
Y'all ever notice how Candace can just...
or something. It's some kind of an odd name.
Are you inventing a breed again?
Oh, look, no, I'm serious, y'all. Belgium, okay, look, I was all off the... But Belgium...
I can't even pronounce that.
Malinois. I said Marshals.
That's a wall climbing dog is what that's called.
You've got to pull up the videos. This thing can climb up a tree. I'm not lying to you. It can go up a tree, and you're not getting away from that dog if it comes after you. You just might as well lay down and wait on it to come.
Meridian
has
this thing called a bloodhound that usually just gets right on them.
No, that'll track them, I guess. But,
yeah, I have never heard of that type dog.
Malinois.
Maltese.
Look, everybody's got a...
Yeah, different name for it. What's my little poodle dog looking thing called?
That's a good one. Belgium Shepherd. That's what I'm gonna call it. What?
Could be. What's my little dog called? What kind of dog is that?
You have a Maltipoo.
Yeah, I got one of those.
I don't think that's going to
Yeah, but you can't get away from...
I don't know, though. It's called
you can't get away from that dog.
She follows me up the stairs a lot of mornings, and I'm chasing her around the studio trying to get her to put her out the door, and she thinks I'm trying to play.
Yeah, she's all into that. Mm-hmm. We are Scotty, Ray, and Candace. Thank you for joining us. We got a lot more local events that have happened over the last 24 hours that we want to talk about. Y'all don't rush out. It's always informative. We want to keep you up to date with all that. It's coming up next with Scotty, Ray, and Candace.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
And welcome back, Scotty, Ray, and Candace. She's got a big old itch. Y'all see over there just scratching?
I'm trying to adjust this shirt. It's driving me
You don't
crazy.
have fleas or anything, do you?
I
would hate to get the cookies
I would
from
hope I
you.
don't. Yeah, no, the shirt, I have a little shell top under it, and it drives me crazy.
For the rest of us that don't know what a shell top is, we're lost.
Just like a little tank top underneath, and the strap keeps wanting to fall, and it's.
I thought you were getting in touch with your 80s self and bringing back the shoulder pads. Come on,
I did
Candace.
have shoulder pads now. I mean, I really did. I looked like I was ready for the football field.
That was popular during the day, wasn't it?
I did. A blazer with shoulder pads.
There you go. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're getting all types of dogs that you may want. Charlie, what did Debbie say?
Charlie the Chiweenie. Is that a Chihuahua mixed with a weenie dog?
Charlie is something else. Jessica, how are you? Good morning to you. Oh, we just got the text that it is official now, closed for paving as we pull here and we go back to sammedia.network to show you Button Gun Road. I said that wrong, didn't I? It's closed this morning at just 10 minutes ago, shut down, and it'll be closed till 3 p.m. for paving.
They're going to pave that bridge, I bet, that they just fixed not long ago because it's got gravel all over it. So,
Yeah, that's
I just went over that, I think, yesterday.
Get your car all dusty. If you just washed it, you just love it.
Yeah.
But they're in the middle of getting that fixed. So that's great news for the area there. There's probably a lot of folks on the road going, dang, I wish I'd just kept that road closed so I wouldn't have so much traffic on my road.
And if anybody's listening, Brown Road up in like the Martin,
Nobody even goes
it's got a
up that
spot on it that's got a little dip with gravel that's been there like a good long while.
Candace, there's
We'd love for some
supervisors that
pavement.
don't even know that part of Lauderdale County exists.
No, they know it's there. No, seriously though, it would be nice to have a little pavement over that little area where the bottom of my car falls out.
It would be. On a very serious note this morning, we need to pass along condolences and the most sincereness that we can from our hearts to the EMEPA family.
Yes.
As we broke the news yesterday that an accident had happened, Highway 397 just northwest of DeKalb, as crews were working, an incident with a tree happened and an employee lost his life. We cannot stress enough condolences to the family and also the co-workers that are affected by it. It's a tight-knit network of people that do this for a living, the linemen. We cannot stress.
Right.
It's just so sad.
Because it is like a little family.
It is.
I mean, I think they meet every morning in a little group, and then I guess they disperse out. But yeah, that is a tragic thing.
And I read this statement, and I want to read it again for everybody as we go back here to look at the statement from EMEPA from Randy Carroll. He said, "Today we are reminded how quickly things can impact our team. Our employees face challenging situations every day and many nights. Today, we face losing one of our own. We grieve with his family and ask for time to heal." That's heartfelt. And again, we pass along those condolences on that. That is just a very, very horrible situation that has happened.
Yes.
The next thing that I wanted to break up, occasionally something happens to where family members need help. And if you find it in your heart to help someone, we hope you will. GoFundMe has been set up in Meridian. Let me pass this along. This is for a young lady here who passed away that they need help in funeral expenses. And anything that you could help, as you can see, they've raised $190 at this point. Donna Love, who is 57, sadly passed away a few days ago. And they're needing help with funeral expenses. And if you can find it, whether it's $2, $3, $5, it all goes into a pot and helps take care of someone. So
Yes.
that's on our page. If you'd like to know more, you can inbox us, and we'll tell you how to get that. If you want to give through the GoFundMe or give directly, we'll find a way for you to get that
It
to
says
help
they
out.
have a $2,000 goal. They've so far they've gotten $190. So anybody that can give.
And I want to
sure.
say the $2,000 goal is for cremation to where that would cover those expenses. So sad to be in a situation like that. It very heartfelt on those two somber
Yes.
moments of in the community. So if you can help with that, we would appreciate it. As we look at other things on a brighter note, New York City, and I smiled and I laughed about this, and I thought, what are these crazy people up to next? And after reading it, I realized that they're doing it to protect the not so smart people of the world. As we pull up the story here, canned whipped cream. You know what I'm talking about. You used to play with it and squirt people. I know you.
No, but every time I would buy it, I would find somebody. If you saw the refrigerator door like open,
Yeah.
but you couldn't see who was behind it, but all you could hear was. I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah.
But you've got to be, they've passed a law, you got to be 21 in New York City to purchase this. And you go, well, what in the world could this be about? Well, it boils down to this. People are getting high off of it. Is a certain way, and I'm not a person that partakes of this, so I don't understand it. You turn the can up a certain way, and the aerosol in it, you sniff it or inhale it, and it gets you high as a Georgia pine.
That is crazy.
And I hope I'm not giving...
You are desperate
Yeah.
to have a high if you're like sniffing the fumes from the Ready Whip.
And people used to do something with hairspray also in the same type manner. But That's why they're doing that in New York. If you see the story somewhere today of why they're 21 years old, now what's going to stop someone over the age of 21 doing it? I don't know. That has to have it.
Don't you know there's ERs with people coming in with Ready Whip coming out of there? Somewhere where something didn't go right.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. That is insane that people, but I guess desperate people do desperate things. You know, I've heard of people drinking mouthwash.
Didn't they used
if
to
they
give,
wanted alcohol? I mean, you know.
Candace, didn't they used to give that away as a prize on the newlywed game to newlywed couple?
I don't know.
That's just a rumor.
I don't know, Scotty Ray. I'm not sure. That's something I'd have to check into.
Get back with me on that. Let me know if there's any truth to that.
All right.
Let's see here. Other stories. Jackson, Mississippi. Don't drink the water is what we're finding out. Why? They got an issue over there with these flooding waters that the drinking water is no longer good. They're going to be handing out bottled water in places, and one-term Tate's been talking about it pretty strong there.
Yeah.
So y'all keep that in mind. If you're visiting Jackson, don't drink from the water hydrant. It would not be good there. I brought this up this morning before you come in also. They're looking at doing this in Starkville, and you tell me if you think it would be a way in our area, and y'all as well. Football games. Anybody that comes in, whether it's your purse or you got a backpack, you would have to have a clear bag to where when you go through there, you're screened to make sure you're not toting something that could hurt someone at a ball game. Have we reached, and maybe we have reached that point in America to where you just got to take these precautions no matter where it is? Is Meridian ready for that?
I don't agree with a clear bag, but I agree with a metal detector. You know, maybe.
Candace
possibly.
is not wanting to show her makeup bag. Is what that's all about.
Well, I mean, women in general have things that you wouldn't want. Like, I mean, I guess you could put. I mean, even if okay,
I know where you're going with that.
Personal items.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't know how to word it. Yeah, them things.
Feminine items or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you want that just like for the world to see if you had to take it?
Well, I was in line at the DG the other day, and a woman dropped down on her brassiere and whooped out a 20, and I thought, oof. I didn't know what to think. I just kind of stood there in shock there just a moment.
Yeah.
I thought,
No,
and I thought, no, I don't want that 20 when y'all give me that change. Y'all keep that. No, I don't want that one.
Look, we don't know where any of the money that we handled on a daily basis comes from. There's no telling where it's been.
I bet if you knew, you would use your debit card.
You'd probably have a pair of like tweezers. Here, let me get this out of my wallet.
Yeah, y'all think shaking hands with somebody is bad? Examine your money.
You think I'm a germaphobe though about certain things?
Oh, you are.
I'm not really.
She is.
I mean,
oh, absolutely.
No, I'm not about everything. Now, when I go in a restaurant, I like to have a straw in my glass. I just don't like drinking off of the rim of a glass.
All right, let me ask this.
Even though, I mean, they...
Do you like using public restrooms? Because in my mind, before you answer this, I'm saying Candace does not like it.
I don't like it, but I mean, what are you going to do? You got to go, but you do not have to sit.
That's where I was going, because when I was in radio, it was a big conversation with ladies that would not actually sit.
They hover.
That's the word. I didn't know how to word that.
That's what I'm saying. Look, they're probably thinking at the TV station, Lord, just get us to commercial.
But are you telling me you're a hoverer?
I'm not sitting on a toilet in the public. I'm not.
Germophobic.
Well, I mean, I'm not.
Okay.
You might as well just like.
She's at a loss for it.
Yeah, I don't do that. But now I'm not one that goes in a restaurant and
I figured
the salt and pepper shakers. I have to get like a napkin.
I have she's got this huge purse, y'all. I got the feeling that Candace carries a can of 409 formula and a big roll of paper towels and squirt, 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 squirt.
No, I don't. But I did start at one time. I can't ever find them when I need them, but I bought some Clorox wipes for when I go to the grocery store because they no longer have the wipes or the cleaner or anything available for you when you go in the grocery store. But I do have sanitizer at all times.
Ooh,
now that y'all know all my personal business.
Well, I had a feeling something was up in that purse.
But women, I mean, they're not going to want a clear purse, I wouldn't think. Even if you put your objects that you don't like your, feminine products or whatever, ladies.
But wouldn't it be for the benefit of everyone else to what they're after is to make sure they're not toting a firearm?
Yeah, I understand.
Or something worse.
Maybe don't take a purse, I guess, but
Well, then where are you going to put it?
I guess you have a pocket. I don't know, but I guess they're looking for guns or knives.
Absolutely.
But just have a metal detector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying to help her out there.
And then I guess everybody be buzzing, and you got put everything like at the airport in the tray.
Yeah, dump it before you come through. Anita says she don't want no $20 bill that's been sweaty up in a brassiere. I don't blame you one bit there. But that's what they're looking at doing in Starkville. I look at our friends at Dark Horse Press. We got a new state record for the alligator. Have y'all seen this? Our friends at over in Jackson, Mississippi, shared the picture with us. Here's the alligator. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
10
huge.
foot long, 2 inches. Now, you've watched Troy and all the gang on, and I admitted that I didn't know, on Chudum, Swamp People. How do you tell that an alligator is a female?
Oh,
I mean, she just moodier, or is it a sign?
I don't know. Do
'Cause
is there a certain way to
I don't
tell?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know either, unless they have some kind of a marking on their.
But I would, when I said moody, I would think that's because if they got babies, they're very much more aggressive than a male one. That's just thinking. I don't know.
I don't know, but even the smaller alligators are aggressive. We've had 2 4.5 foot ones in our pond before. Had
Yeah.
to get the game warden to come and get them out. They are mean little jokers.
I can see that.
They hiss and
Come after you.
they do.
Those are.
But they did say that they said don't ever mess with them. Like, don't ever try to catch one yourself, because if they were to bite you, the bacteria that is in their mouth could kill you if it got into your bloodstream, because they
Ooh.
eat dead stuff and they, so. don't ever
Hey,
try that.
I brought this up earlier too. Nothing like being from Mississippi and visiting a neighboring state and getting arrested, is it? Especially when it's you and your girlfriend, and you think, "Hey, we need to make some quick cash to get back to Mississippi from Monroe, Louisiana." So let's get on the computer and run an ad real quick. $20 and you come visit my girlfriend. Well, the Popo saw the post and they came on over and they arrested a Mississippi couple, and they have charged the gentleman there for trying to, and the word is pimp his girlfriend out. And the sheriff's department didn't take too kindly to that, and they've both been arrested for, doing those type things. It's illegal to do that in most parts of the United States.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say she's not a germaphobe, and she probably sits on the seats.
I don't think so either. I think Candace has hit a home run here.
Yeah.
That's some of the headlines that are happening across and locally in the area there. Louisiana there. Off to jail they went.
Goodness.
Karina says she loves Chudum. He actually, I had never heard that word before until watching that show.
It is. I mean, they are like tough people, though, trying to get those alligators in the boat. And have you ever seen them get one in and it's not quite dead yet? It's still moving and flopping.
You think I'm going to do that?
Yeah, not me either. But all these people are gearing up for alligator season.
And you take game wardens that have to go out and capture these things alive to remove them from somebody's home.
Yeah.
With duct tape.
Now, in our pond, they would throw like a bait out there on a line and try to catch them. But
Jeff Dean says he can no longer look at a $20 bill the same way. Look, y'all, when I was in high school, I worked at Bailey Grocery, and I also worked at
remember when you worked
Taylor's.
at Bailey Grocery. We lived up on the hill.
Sure did.
Right
And
there.
I saw all kinds of $20 bills coming from places that would make you go, huh.
Yeah, I bet.
But that was back when everybody used cash a lot more. It is more people, and the more, I'm telling you, it's not just germaphobes, but it does keep you from handling all that.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do, folks. We got more coming up. We're our Scotty, Ray, and Candace as we begin your Tuesday. We hope we've brought a smile to you so far. If not, we got some more coming up that will. Stay close. We've got a lot more happening this morning here with us. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If you're getting ready to purchase land, make sure you have it surveyed. Contact our friends at the Woodlands Group. Maybe you're selling land, dividing land up. Whatever the case is, the Woodlands Group can help you there. They handle residential and commercial clients. And again, they specialize in property line location. site plans, and a whole lot more. Maybe you have a construction project, and they have the latest equipment to make sure it's done right, including drones. Call Justin Palmer or Brandon Briggs at the Woodlands Group, Surveying Solutions. Welcome back with Scotty and Candace, and a reminder that there is a 60% chance of showers today that will most likely fall sometime after 3 o'clock. Let's give it to 5 o'clock to be on the safe side, but a 60% chance of that. Tomorrow looks better as it's only a smidgen mentioned, but sunshine for the most part today. But those rain chances late, but we'll have sunshine for a couple days before the weekend returns, and we have a wet Labor Day weekend. That's on the way. All right, as we look back, let's look at a few things that happened on this date that we do each and every day. Anybody remember the name Kitty Wells? We mentioned her in the recording the other day. Yeah. Today would have been her birthday. It wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angels. Now, folks, she did other songs, but let's admit it, no one knows anything else she ever done. She was known as the Queen of Country Music. It's amazing how you better if you record a song like it, because if you're a recording artist, you will sing it forever and a day.
Yeah.
One of the most interesting songs that was ever recorded, and it was recorded on this date, and where it was recorded, I always thought it was Nashville, but it was not. It was in a place in Cincinnati, Ohio, across the Mason-Dixon line. As we get into where songs were recorded, it was written at a time when a man was lonely. His wife had left him, and he was heartbroken, and he put it down to paper. And he was as lonesome that he could cry. As we go back, for Hank Williams recorded that on today, and some believe it to be one of his best songs that he ever did. Boy, it's powerful.
Yeah.
You ever see a robin? Woo! Boy, you just think about the words to that song. He was a lonely man in a dark place that wrote that at that time. You ever heard of this girl, Cameron? Is it Diaz?
Yeah.
Yep. She was in, which I never watched because I couldn't make myself. I saw 10 minutes of it and thought, yep, I'm going to skip that. Charlie's Angels, the remake.
Yeah, I didn't watch the
that
remake.
That didn't look
either.
good. She was born in Long Beach, California, and I hear that this movie was big the holiday.
It was a good little movie.
That chick flick?
It. Yeah, at Christmas it comes on a good bit, but it's a cute little movie.
I can't say that I've
They
ever
swap
watched.
houses, like she and this other girl.
Why would you do that?
Well, one was a big director, I think a movie director, and the other was just bored with her life, I think, because I don't know, maybe she
You know what I always want to say
was
those
a
movies?
writer or something.
Get a
but-
job.
So they swap places, you know.
The rest of everybody else is trying to figure out how they're going to go buy bananas, and they're swapping houses. Have mercy. All right, 1980, this guy also done a song called If You Get Caught Between the Moon and New York City. He had another big hit. It was #1 on this date, and a lot of you are going to go back and go, oh, yeah, I know that. Anybody remember the song Sailing?
Takes me away.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Christopher Cross. That was, I guess, what you would call at the time pop music. Is that what that was?
I guess, yeah. Pop. I don't know if it was pop. Easy listening type.
Then you had Ralph Emery busted on the scene with Pop Goes the Country. Anybody remembers that show? Those are some of the things. Let's see here, things that are going on. Also, 1986, and I would say this was probably the biggest boo-boo the TV show ever did. People scratched their heads, and the only reason they changed it was ratings were slumping bad because they did it. Bobby Ewing was killed off, and whoop, here he come back in 1986, and we all found out he really didn't get killed. It was just a dream.
Yeah. I hate when they do that.
It's
It's just a dream.
The writers can't come up with anything else, is what it was. We got to get him back in the show.
Well,
Yeah.
I watched, I guess it was Dallas, like a recent one. Not, I mean, it's
that
not even
newer
on
show.
now, but it was a newer one where John Ross has grown and causing all kind of problems.
I didn't watch that. Was it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It really is. It takes you a little bit to get into it, though. You know, if they didn't have the older characters on there, I really couldn't have got into it at all. But it had Sue Ellen, it had Bobby, it had Lucy, I think, on there.
Do you remember the episode when Sue Ellen was kidnapped and they made her dress up like Miss Texas again in her swimsuit, and everybody was going, oh, yeah.
I never thought she was a beauty anyway, really, Sue Ellen.
Well, you just didn't have the right. You have to acquire the taste for Sue Ellen. Of course, Pam was the
When
hot
she
thing.
wasn't, like, drunk.
She had a little drinking problem. She did. We all know that.
A lush.
We're getting reports that was called Mellow Rock, that sailing. However you
Okay,
want to say that. It was yacht music, Denise said.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like just some easy listening music.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
liked that song.
Well, there you go. Let's see here. Also on this date, 1993, it debuted from the Ed Sullivan Theater. Anybody remember this? David Letterman started over and took over the Late Show. He's no longer there, but big time back in the day of when that began. He was funny in his time.
He was funny until he had the heart issue, and then when he came back, he was just like a different person. Did you notice that?
It did.
Yeah, he just, I don't know, it was different.
Boy, I'm telling you, this next guy that we bring up, it really, I can remember 15, 16 years old watching this going, oh my gosh, this is good. And I'm talking Death Wish. And he was also in a lot of cowboy movies to where, I don't remember the name of it, but he was in a Western where he fell in love with this girl and she thought he died and then he was alive and she wrote a big book about it and then she wanted him dead. Charles Bronson is who I'm talking about. He passed away on this date back in 2003 and he was one of the original bad boys of movie heroes. He took care of the bad guys. They done wrong, Charles Bronson come visit you. Real estate designer, building guy by day, walker by night. I take it you didn't watch those movies.
I didn't.
She
really
had that
watch it.
grin like I don't have a clue what
No,
you're...
I've seen him, but I didn't get into that kind of stuff.
Well, you know,
and now I would love it probably.
Well, it was the plot, as we all know, that happens in America now. He's at work. His wife and daughter go to the grocery store, and they get followed home, and they kill his wife and rape his daughter. And his daughter's in a coma, and so he has to take matters into his own hands when police don't solve the case. And boy, did he. I hear NAS Meridian passing by, very loud.
Yeah, that was very loud. I'm kind of thinking they landed on.
Now, I have not seen this movie, and I'm told that this was a huge movie and it was great, but I have never watched it.
I've not seen it either.
2008, Slumdog Millionaire came out. Anybody watch that?
That title wouldn't bring me in.
Well, and that's a lot of people said that.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by the title because it really is a good movie, and I never got to see it.
I didn't either. Maybe that's something I need to pull up and watch. I don't know. When I have all this spare time,
I'm working on you getting some spare time here. Wait a
I'm
minute.
always busy doing something.
Let's see here. Scott says that he thinks Sue Ellen and also Ginger were the same kind of build there, that same kind of look, that sexy look there. You're not agreeing with it. You're more of a married.
Well, I think when they talk, maybe. Well,
Men didn't
don't
even
know.
want to hear her talk. I mean, they had nothing to do with Ginger on the island. They were like, whew.
I still didn't think Sue Ellen. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about the professor? Do you think he was like sexiest man alive on the island?
No, I didn't. I didn't think any of them were really.
Really? The men?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Did y'all
I guess
ever?
if you were stuck on an island and you only had so many to choose from,
I mean, you would have
the
thought
professor
that,
would have been the one. I
You
guess.
would have thought that somebody would have eventually had a romance, but it never happened on the island.
I know.
Kind of hurt your feelings, didn't it? Makes you wonder. 1989, we head to what was going in America, and she was very rich. She is noted as saying, we don't pay taxes, only the little people pay taxes. She got arrested for it, and off to jail she would go, as Leona Hamsley was convicted. Remember that? She was a big real estate person in New York, and, well, she didn't pay her taxes. Eventually, somebody would get her.
So that was in '89.
Yeah, that's when that all went down there. 2015, on this date, we found out that an old boy wanted to run for president. I don't think any of us ever really thought that he had a chance, but I'll give him a data boy for trying for a little while. Kanye West announced today on the MTV Awards that he was going to run for president.
I'm not sure he is kicking on all cylinders.
Didn't work out too well for him.
Yeah.
Last year, upon this date, the very last soldier pulled out of Afghanistan. Now, again, I think everyone will agree that the United States doesn't need to police the world.
Right.
But we all agree that that was not handled correctly and should have been done in stages instead of, oh, y'all get on the plane, we're leaving today.
Right.
And would leave thousands and people in a mess, more or less, is the best way to say it.
Millions or billions of dollars worth of equipment.
Just left. And your tax dollars paid for that.
And they say that a lot of it was dismantled and like they destroyed a lot of it before they left, but
Still, it costs you millions.
Well, right. I mean, it still has to be replaced, I would think, at some point for the military.
We could have loaned it to those people now that's got issues if we brought our own equipment
Well,
back.
I heard the other day that one of the, I don't know, Taliban groups were seen flying one of the helicopters. So
there you go.
obviously they got it up and running. I don't know, but
Makes me want to go
that was a
back and
crazy decision.
listen to that Toby Keith song about all that. I'll have to look that up. Let's talk about our friends over at Godwin. And what do? Well, they clean things all day long. They got these sprayers and the latest technology to get to places that need to be spruced up and look great. Fleet washing, and they'll also handle that. 253-8262 for your home or your business. It doesn't matter how big, how small. They restore the look of your home, whether it's brick, whether it's stone, or, well, just vinyl siding. They'll make it look good. Low pressure doesn't damage anything from a roof, makes it look brand spanking new again, and shingle roofs as well. Doesn't just have to be metal. We go through this on sidewalks. We could even go back, do your windows, and do your decks. Makes your things look great there, and steps included where you won't slip and fall. They can set you up on a program to where they come by every few months and take care of it for you where you don't have to think about it anymore. From a scoreboard to a billboard, they've got it all. It's Godwin Cleaning Services, 601-253-8262. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings. Fresh blueberries, a pint, $2.99. Yellow, white, or bicolor corn, a 3-pack, $2.19. Fresh peaches, only $1.99 a pound. Coca-Cola products, 12-pack, 12-ounce cans, 2 for $11. Alabama extra large tomatoes, $1.99 a pound. And sirloin and pork chops, $1.49 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. Welcome back with Scotty, Ray, and Candace. And Denise, I had no idea about this. She made a comment that Ginger from Gilligan's Island played J.R. secretary. That flew right past me. I never caught that.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. But
Well, I'm going to have to go back and do some slow-mos and catch this.
that's right. Yeah.
Fox News reporting today that the media is refusing to, admit that there's a wave of the GOP coming in the midterms. I guess they're hoping that if they don't talk about it, it really isn't happening. Midterms are coming. We'll see who's right. There's both sides of the fence as we look at this, whether it's Republican or if the Democrats hold on to all of this. We shall see in November, and we are getting close to that, aren't we?
I saw one Democrat last night just totally bashing the plan that Biden has about paying off the debt of student loans, which I think is an awful idea. I mean, I think it's great that people want that relief, and if they've got them, I mean, I know that'd be great if you had debt to get relief, but in the long run, it's going to really cost us.
It will be.
It'd be better off to just try to get the tuition down so everybody can afford to go.
There's no telling what some of these colleges charge for.
It's outrageous. Outrageous.
Ooh, boy. Hi, we're seeing this. I don't know if this will ever come to light, but some GOP senators are demanding that Facebook turn over the conversations in between Facebook and the FBI of where they asked Facebook to slow down, where you read about Hunter and all of his pictures and his computer, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, because Mark Zuckerberg, with Joe Rogan, he just admitted that the FBI had contacted them and told them, how all this Russian stuff was going on. So that right there told you that they probably had a hand in that too, about censoring people talking about that. But then he said, well, it's fixing me another wave come through of stuff. So.
Donald didn't miss an opportunity on this yesterday. He stood up and said, I'm really the president. We need to have a re-election immediately, right now. Throw this out. Of course, they're not going to do that, but he did make those statements yesterday. Do you see where the U.S. Marshals have caught their #1 bad guy? They've been chasing him for 6 years. He's accused of doing a whole lot of bad things, doing things to his girlfriend. They caught him in El Salvador. Big old boy. Hunky guy.
He's an ex-Marine.
Yeah.
36 years old. He was found teaching English in El Salvador.
Bodybuilder teaching English. Does that not look peculiar? Just saying. Thought we'd throw that out there. We mentioned yesterday about the football player that has been let go in the NFL because there's accusations about him possibly having some relations with somebody underage. Well, his parents are going, y'all, wait a minute. We don't think he's guilty of this. We'll see. I'm sure it's all going to be brought to court. If the man is wrongly accused, we certainly hope he's not. We have seen instances over the last 3 years to where there were men that were wrongly accused to where it was thrown out. And there for a while it was you were guilty and you would have to prove your innocence and then your career was destroyed.
Right.
We've seen that. We hope this is not one of those cases. We see another person sent to jail for the January 6th Capitol. 4 years he will spend in jail for one in the Capitol. That's one of the big headlines this morning. Let's see here. As you were brought up about that, the tax credit that's going to happen for those who owe student loans, they're saying that at this point, and I haven't read enough about this to fully understand it, but 13 states could be footing the bill for this, and Mississippi one of those, to where your taxes could go up with this college debt relief, to where Mississippi would cost you a little bit more in your taxes in this. I'll find out more about it, but that's the headline on it.
Now, can you imagine if you've struggled to pay for your children to go to college?
Yeah.
And you've paid it. You've done without, you've sacrificed this, and this, and you've paid it. And then now you're going to be taxed because other people didn't have to pay
their
theirs.
bills. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Also, if you're wanting some of these, you need to hurry because I think it's like September the 3rd, September the 2nd is the day, Friday of this week. If you have not ordered your free COVID test that the government is giving away, it's an easy site to go to. You click on it, and it's no charge to you. They mail it to you free. Friday's the deadline. They're stopping it because there's not enough requests for it.
Okay.
Coming to an end. So if you need a COVID test and you have not, I think they send you 4 free in the mail.
Yeah.
Your taxes have already bought these things. So if you're needing one, take advantage of it because it's out there. Friday's the deadline.
Did you get y'all's?
Yeah, I did.
We got ours too. Yeah.
Hit that click. Here it comes. Boogie there, boogie there.
It's real easy. So if you haven't done it and you need some tests, it's a lot better than going and paying for them at the store. Because I've done that too.
As we talk more and more about this, to where the administration at this point are wanting to do with your gasoline-powered cars.
Right.
They're wanting everything by 2030, 2035 to be pretty much on with an electric car. It comes out, it says the U.S. would need to spend $35 billion, y'all get this, $billion to meet that demand to have the plugs in. And there's no way to get them done by then. We got a mess.
It is a mess. I don't know where all this money,
Now, do I think in the long run, years from now, that there will be another alternative to gasoline at some point? Probably so, but I don't think we're there yet.
I think it needs to be your choice. I
Yeah.
think if you want an electric car, great. Go get you one if you can afford it.
You ain't going to do that in
think,
California.
Yeah, I just think it should be your choice. I don't think they should just make you go get an electric. Who is going to be able to afford that? They're not cheap. I mean, any of them. And a lot of people are just trying to get by with, some people might have a car that is older than dirt, but it's still running because that's all they can afford.
Yeah, absolutely.
And who's going to be able to go buy a new car? Even if they give you some kind of an incentive, it's just going to be like a little down payment. You still got to pay payments on it. So,
We'll see what happens with all of this,
Right.
but there's not enough ports. There's a lot of issues with it. And again, if that's what you want, more power to you. Grab you one. As we suspect things like this in America will start happening to where Americans start taking things into their own hand because there's a lack of police. We're starting to see that in New York now as people are mugged and hurt and hit, to where there's groups of people that when they hurt someone, they take them down. That's happening in New York. This could turn out ugly before it's all said and done, and we certainly hope that this defund the police thing goes away and we get our officers back. Which brings me to my next topic of I'm hearing that as we all know, that there's not a lot of Meridian police officers to begin with. I'm getting word that another police officer is resigning from the Meridian Police Department. One can only speculate why one would resign to go somewhere else. But we're at a level where we don't need to lose anymore. And it takes months in years to train someone new to take the place
Right.
of a veteran cop that knows the streets and knows what to do. So that's in the headlines this morning. Something to think about there.
I would love to be able to speak with one of the former police officers at some
As to
point.
why they left?
Why they left. Why? Did they feel like they don't have enough backing from the administration? Is that it? Or is it a lack of, like, funds? Maybe they're not being paid enough to do that. I mean,
No,
to
actually,
me,
the Meridian Police Department, they're paid more than anybody around, $2 to $3 more an hour. So it has nothing to do with money.
All right.
It's all about morale at this point. And I'm hearing morale not really great there as we find out that we have another officer leaving. Whew, certainly hate that.
It is bad for all of us.
It certainly is. More on the way with Scotty, Ray, and Candace as we begin your day. Welcome. We certainly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us for a little while.
It's here, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap, located at the old Jeffries building at Bonita Lakes. Drop-offs will be held September the 8th through the 10th. The public sale gets underway September 16th and 17th from 10 in the morning until 7 at night. Then again Sunday, September the 18th from 1 until 6 with 25% off. And our final day, Monday, September the 19th with 50% off from 10 until 7 p.m. Make sure to come by the most talked about event all year, the Fall Sweet Pea Swap at the old Jeffries building, Bonita Lakes.
Folks, if your yard is needing grass and you need it quick, talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding. They offer residential and commercial. The great thing about this, it doesn't wash, the water treads, and it holds the soil in place. It's the easiest way to grow grass. That's hydro seeding. You'll get a great looking lawn without all the dry spots. How many times have you put out seed and it gets washed away, blown away, or even the birds eat it? Talk to our friends at Coates Hydro Seeding, 601-728-1954.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Well, over by the railroad tracks, they're wide open this morning with Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Look, they got chickens and all kinds of great things there for you. Come by and take a look at this as we get ready for deer season. The most fun, most active season of the year in our area. We all love it. Go by and get you some of the great stuff they have, from cameras to tents to feeders. If you need a mineral block, they've got plenty of this already stocked up and ready to go to start to get everything ready for your season. We got patio furniture to make your house look a little bit better, and rugs too. We don't talk about that a lot, but they have all that.
Yeah.
A little plant, maybe something to spruce up the place. And as we get ready for fall, here you go, as we get ready for, well, Thanksgiving and also into October, as we'll have before long Halloween.
Yeah, if you're looking for ribbon for fall decorations or anything you're looking for, wreaths, they have it there.
If your significant other needs a new ball cap, see them. They got that along with vests and overalls and, well, work boots for that working person. Whether it's a man or a woman, they got boots for both. You got to have something comfortable on your feet there. And take care of your pets. Got to do that. Corn, horse feed, it's all there. Guns and ammo, a few binoculars, and a whole lot more, all located at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and visit with them. You'll be glad that you did. Let's see here. As we move along this morning, we're getting near the top of the hour. It's not over yet. Y'all be ready for that. We are watching this weather of the hurricane season. September is going to be busy, y'all. We'll be on top of this to watch all this that happens over the next few weeks.
I'm not looking forward to hurricane season. I'm just glad I don't live down on the coast where you're directly impacted by stuff, but
can't even get insurance up on your house. Sad news is we look to Germany, and you see there's things that happen around the world that could happen anywhere. A little girl was at a hotel. A statue fell. It weighed 440 pounds. The poor little girl was crushed to death at the hotel. If you've got little ones, always keep that in mind. Statues and things. This will be a changing of hotels and their thoughts on things like that.
that is awful. Goodness.
Certainly hate that. Let's see what else is going on around the world there. Did you see where the school bus was struck?
I did not. I did not.
Arizona is where this happened. It hit the rear end of a school bus. 6 people were injured and one 17-year-old lost her life in that. Always pay attention to those school buses.
So an 18-wheeler hit it, right?
Yeah. if it happened somewhere else, it is very possible that it could happen in our community. And I don't want to be negative Nancy, but we want you to be aware of what happens out there. More about that. Let's see what else here. If you ever have and I'm sure this has happened to ladies in grocery stores, to where somebody starts up a conversation with you and a little bit more friendlier than you want them to be. You know, asking for your phone number. Hey, baby, what you doing? Well, they got a model, and she says she wasn't doing anything wrong. He was arrested, and he goes, well, she shouldn't have been dressed that way. She was in a low-cut V, and, well, he couldn't take it himself. He come up behind her and, well, just patted her behind. She didn't take too kindly to it, and he was arrested.
He'd need some dental work. Yeah.
But he seriously said that she was asking for it. Well, no, she wasn't.
No.
She was just making him smile. There's nothing wrong with making a man smile.
Unless they say, hey, dude, come over here and put your arm on me.
But he did. She was over there with her buggy trying to pick her out some bananas, I think is where she was, or maybe it was cabbage. Here he come. He just took it upon himself. She didn't like it.
I'd be like, boom, clean up on aisle 6.
That's what would happen there. Ron DeSantis, and I give credit for this man for what he done. Ron DeSantis. Yeah. He was scheduled to be at a fundraiser, and they were charging, this is expensive, $25,000 a plate to be there. He found out that a special agent on law enforcement was killed, and he canceled to go back and attend the funeral of the law enforcement agency. I respect that. It shows that you're not just money hungry, that you think of your state first. And he did that. I respect that.
Yeah, I respect it too. I bet there were some upset people, though.
Yes.
At $25,000 a plate.
We'd be paying on that meal for the rest of our lives.
But that is a noble thing he did.
Very. And again, like I said, I respect him for doing that. It's not many that would have done that. That's some of the stories that are happening this morning across the nation as we look at that. Grab and goes. If you've got expensive jewelry, don't flaunt it anymore. Why? Because we say there's a lack of police every city in America. This happened, this was New York where this happened, where a guy, they took his watch, happened to be a very expensive one there. They drive up on motorcycles and bicycles, and that's how they slip up on you. Quietness, pedaling, and grab it and run. You can't take on 3 people.
Right.
Well,
it's just like these people coming into stores and like a mob of them.
Flash mobs. We've come to the end of our time. Yes. Candace has got to go make pretty people.
Hair. Yes. I got to go do some hair. We hope y'all have a wonderful day. Get your umbrella ready because you'll need it this afternoon possibly.
Yep. After 3 o'clock.
Yeah. See you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and have a wonderful day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.